So let's take a look at how to complete a tutorial in Adobe Illustrator. So on my screen, you can see I already have Adobe Illustrator open to the home screen. What I want to do is go right below home to the Learn option in the menu. And it's these hands-on tutorials at the top that I want, but it's not showing me all of them. I have to go over to the top right corner and hit View All. Now we're going to do a series of beginner tutorials to get a better understanding of how to use Adobe Illustrator for the multiple projects we'll be doing. In the short term, our nightlight. But we're not going to do all of them. So we're not going to do the first one. You're not going to do the second one. So in Classroom, the tutorials I want you to do are numbered. They're not numbered in Adobe Illustrator, but they do have the title next to it. So the first one says 1, Explore Shapes. So what you need to do is look at the title, Explore Shapes, and find it. Now I have them listed in order as we find them in Adobe Illustrator, but we're not going to do the first two. So Explore Shapes is actually the third one on your screen, but it's the first one I want you to do. All you have to do is click on it to open it. And what you'll get is it'll create a file for you as you open the tutorial. But first off, you get this floating window. So I have to hit Start Tutorial before it creates the file that it wants me to work on. And here it is. Now, one thing to note is this window will often get in the way of your work area, so you're going to need to move it around to get it out of the way. Also, in the window, you'll notice there's an animated GIF. In other words, it's trying to show me the steps visually that it's describing in the numbers. Okay, in this case, it says Step 1, select the rectangle tool. If I don't know where the rectangle tool is, there's this helpful little icon that says Show Location. I click on it, and you may have noticed over on the left side, it highlights the rectangle tool. So I click on it, and now I can draw my rectangle where it tells me to. Step 1, it says do it over the red line, and then over the green line. And then it says next to make a square by holding the Shift key and dragging it over there. So now I've done all 4 steps on the first screen. Now I'll come to the next button at the bottom and go to the next series of steps. And if you're curious to know how many steps there are, in the top right corner, it says this is step 2 of 8 now that I'm on. And I will progress through all of them, completing each of the steps one at a time until I get through step 8. And when I'm successful, it will say, congratulations, you did it. And now I need to turn the completed file in. So I'm going to go up to File, Save, and I'm going to get this dialog. Now, if you don't get the dialog when you hit Save, let's say you've already saved it once, go to Save As, and it will pull up the dialog box. It is important that I save it to my computer in order to turn it into Classroom. If I save it to cloud, that's fine, but I have to, when I'm ready to turn it in, save it to my computer. And when I do, it's probably smart to name the file the number of the tutorial. So in this case, I'm going to save it in my documents as File 1, or I can call it Tutorial 1. I get the confirmation box, and now I have my file on my computer. I can go over to Classroom, click Add File, navigate to my documents, click on number 1, and turn it in for assignment number 1. And that is how you complete a tutorial.